What if I told you tomorrow might not come, not as a metaphor but as a real possibility? Every day we ignore the colossal forces that could end everything in an instant. These aren't movie plots, they're scientifically plausible threats. Today, we're counting down the top 5 most terrifying sudden ways our world could end. We'll break down how each could unfold, what the aftermath would look like, and why these threats are more real than you think. Buckle up. This is the most important countdown you'll ever watch. Number 5. Global nuclear war. A scenario that once seemed confined to the realms of science fiction, but remains a very real and present danger. Imagine a normal day, life unfolding as usual, interrupted by a jarring, real emergency alert, the kind that sends shivers down your spine. The message is clear, stark, and terrifying. Nuclear missiles are incoming. A countdown to potential annihilation begins. In mere minutes, cities vanish in blinding flashes of unimaginable power. The world changes in an instant. Millions die instantly, their lives extinguished in the blink of an eye. The initial devastation is catastrophic. The blasts flatten everything in their path, reducing buildings to rubble and landmarks to dust. Nothing is spared from the sheer force. Then, firestorms rage, consuming what's left, turning cities into infernos. The heat is unbearable, the destruction complete, and the world's infrastructure collapses in seconds, crippling society and plunging the planet into chaos. Communication networks fail, power grids shut down, and essential services vanish. But the horror doesn't end there. The immediate aftermath is only the beginning of a long and arduous struggle for survival. Soot from burning cities blocks out the sun, casting a perpetual darkness over the earth. This plunges Earth into a nuclear winter, a prolonged period of extreme cold and darkness. Temperatures drop drastically, creating conditions that are virtually uninhabitable. Consequently, crops fail, leading to widespread famine and starvation. And radiation poisons air and water, contaminating the environment and posing a long-term threat to all living things. Survivors face starvation, sickness, and the constant threat of radiation exposure. They are left to navigate a world without order or help, struggling to survive in the face of unimaginable adversity. Over 12,000 nuclear weapons exist, a chilling testament to humanity's capacity for self-destruction. Many are ready to launch at a moment's notice, poised to unleash devastation on a global scale. A single mistake, a miscalculation, or an act of madness could trigger global annihilation in under an hour. The stakes are impossibly high. Civilization's achievements, art, culture, history, could vanish forever, erased from the face of the earth. The survivors would inherit a hostile, radioactive wasteland, a grim reminder of what was lost. It's not just war, it's a total reset of life on Earth, a catastrophic event that would alter the course of history forever. The speed and scale make it uniquely terrifying, a threat unlike any other humanity has ever faced. We built this self-destruct button ourselves, a stark reminder of our own potential for self-destruction. That's why nuclear war is on this list. It represents the ultimate failure of humanity. It's a chilling thought, and it's only number 5. The higher up the list we go, the more terrifying the possibilities become. The threat is real and the clock is always ticking, a constant reminder of the precariousness of our existence. Are we prepared for the consequences? Have we done enough to mitigate this risk? Or are we just waiting for the unthinkable to happen? The future of humanity may depend on the answer. Number 4. Supervolcano eruption. A cataclysmic event that could reshape the world as we know it. Supervolcanoes are sleeping giants beneath our feet, vast reservoirs of molten rock and immense pressure building up over millennia. They possess the unimaginable power to reshape the planet, dwarfing even the largest conventional volcanoes. Yellowstone is the most famous, a seemingly tranquil landscape that hides a slumbering behemoth, and it's overdue. The geological clock is ticking, and the pressure is mounting beneath the surface. When a supervolcano erupts, it doesn't just spew lava. It's an explosion of unimaginable scale. It explodes, flattening everything for miles. The initial blast wave alone would be devastating. The real catastrophe is the ash, a choking, suffocating cloud, trillions of tons launched into the stratosphere, blanketing the sky and spreading across continents, blocking sunlight for years. The sun, our life-giving star, would be obscured by a perpetual twilight. Global temperatures plummet, plunging the world into a volcanic winter. Crops die, unable to photosynthesize under the ash-filled sky, and the food chain collapses. Starvation would become widespread, impacting ecosystems across the globe. Toxic ash drifts worldwide, contaminating everything it touches, making the air deadly to breathe. Simply stepping outside would become a life-threatening risk. Acid rain poisons water and soil, further decimating ecosystems and contaminating vital resources. Society would crumble under starvation and chaos. The very fabric of civilization would be torn apart. This isn't science fiction, this is a real threat grounded in geological history. Supervolcanoes have caused mass extinctions before, wiping out countless species and reshaping the course of evolution. The Toba eruption nearly wiped out humanity 74,000 years ago, pushing our ancestors to the brink of extinction. We can't predict or prevent the next one. Despite our advanced technology, we remain vulnerable to these forces of nature. A supervolcano could erupt with little warning, unleashing its fury upon an unsuspecting world, and there's nothing we could do to stop it. We would be powerless in the face of such immense power. The planet would never be the same. It would be a new world, forged in the fires of a supervolcanic eruption. Number 3. Rogue black hole. Black holes are invisible cosmic predators, and some wander the galaxy. If one entered our solar system, we'd have almost no warning. Its gravity would fling comets at Earth, triggering extinction-level impacts. Planets would be yanked from their orbits. Earth's stability would shatter. Tidal forces would rip the planet apart, causing earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions beyond imagination. If we got too close, Earth would be stretched and crushed, spaghettified, erased from existence. There's no defense, no escape. We're just a speck in the universe, vulnerable to cosmic forces beyond our control. The helplessness is what makes this scenario so terrifying. We might never see it coming. The universe doesn't care about our plans. Sometimes the cosmos just rolls the dice. A rogue black hole could end everything, without warning, without mercy. That's the ultimate cosmic horror. Number 2. Engineered virus leak. In labs worldwide, scientists modify deadly viruses to study them. One mistake, a contaminated glove, a faulty filter could unleash a super virus. Imagine a virus as contagious as measles, as deadly as Ebola, spreading before symptoms appear. By the time we notice, it's everywhere: planes, trains, cities. Hospitals collapse, treatments don't exist. Panic spreads faster than the disease. Society grinds to a halt, the economy implodes, trust evaporates, anyone could be a carrier. This isn't just a pandemic, it's a biological wildfire. Lab accidents have happened before and will happen again. We're creating threats we can't control, with limited oversight. An engineered virus could wipe out millions, sending us back to the dark ages. The risk is real and growing. Number 1. Satellite network collapse. A chilling scenario that could unfold with alarming speed. Our world runs on satellites. They are the invisible backbone of modern civilization. GPS guiding us every step of the way. The internet connecting billions across the globe. Banking managing the world's finances. Weather and more. These silent guardians in the sky provide essential services we take for granted every single day. Lose them, and civilization unravels overnight. The consequences would be catastrophic and far-reaching. No GPS means lost planes, unable to navigate the skies, halted shipping, disrupting global trade, and empty store shelves. Food shortages would become a harsh reality. Internet and communications vanish, cutting us off from each other. Financial systems crash, plunging the world into economic turmoil. Weather forecasting disappears, leaving us vulnerable to the elements. Emergency services fail, unable to respond to crises. And power grids go dark, casting cities into chaos. A massive solar flare, a cosmic event beyond our control, or a chain reaction of space debris, a cascading disaster in orbit, could wipe out every satellite in orbit. A nightmare scenario becoming reality, or it could be a deliberate attack, a calculated act of aggression. The result? Chaos. Unimaginable and widespread. No information, leaving us in the dark. No coordination, paralyzing our ability to respond. No modern life, stripped bare of the technology we rely on. We'd be thrust into a pre-digital world, a stark and sudden transition, but without the skills to survive. We've become too reliant, too dependent. Panic, gripping society as fear takes hold. Riots erupting as order breaks down, and collapse would follow. The very fabric of our society unraveling. Our greatest strength, technology, becomes our greatest vulnerability. A double-edged sword. This could happen today with almost no warning. The speed of the fall would be breathtaking. The silence from the sky would be the loudest disaster in history. A deafening absence. Are we ready for a world without satellites? A question we desperately need to answer. The answer, right now, is no. We are woefully unprepared for such a catastrophe. That's why this is the most plausible, fastest way our world could end. A chillingly realistic threat. Sometimes the end comes not with a bang, but with silence. A quiet, devastating collapse. We've explored 5 real science-backed threats that could end our world. These aren't just stories, they're warnings. The world is more fragile than we think. Preparedness starts with knowledge and awareness. It's not just about supplies, it's about mindset, skills, and community. Which scenario do you think is most likely? What can you do to be more prepared? Leave a comment below. Stay safe, stay aware.